Elden Ring was my most anticipated game of 2022, especially as a Berserk fan. I mean, after looking at the promotional material, I was immediately sold. On paper, Elden Ring was everything I ever wanted from a game. Open world exploration that feels purposeful, a plethora of cool things to discover, an amazing aesthetic, dogs. But can I say I enjoy Elden Ring after spending 100+ hours on the game, finding the Berserk tribute sword and shedding a tear, resolving to beat each individual boss because it's just that fun? No, I can't. Because as much as I've enjoyed my time with Elden Ring, ultimately I have to accept that it's pretty garbage. That might sound like a confusing position, but let me explain. Now, I've had my problems with From Software for years now, literally years. Ultimately, my problems boiled down to how they built their roads in Dark Souls 3. I actually made a video going pretty in depth on this, but to sum it up to you, the roads in Dark Souls 3 were just abysmal. The bricks they used for the roads were too big. They weren't from the right time period they should have been. It's kind of a lot, and I don't want to go into the whole thing again, but what I wanted to see from Software going forward in their future Souls games was more attention paid to the infrastructure. And at first, I was really happy to see that overall, for the most part, the roads in Elden Ring were of sound construction, or they were appropriate. The bricks were how they should have been. They look appropriate for the time period in this pocket universe we find ourselves in. They're functional, and yet From Software has still dropped the ball on their other infrastructure. I'm talking about the bridges. These bridges, if I can call them that, are just, they're broken. They don't work. They've either got holes in them, or they're crumbling, or there's a dragon on them. It just makes getting from point A to point B feel impossible. Like, what am I supposed to do? Go around? It's not even so much the inconvenience to the player, it's also the inconvenience to the NPCs, and that kind of really shows From Software's lack of empathy. Like, how are you gonna make the most living, breathing world in a video game of the decade and populate it with awful, terribly designed bridges? Okay, think of this, right? So here we've got a horde, wonderful, kind citizens trying to make a pilgrimage to their holy site, and little do they know they're eventually gonna reach a bridge that makes their journey impossible. They're probably just literally gonna walk off like lemmings and die. Or, okay, consider this, Elden Ring Amazon delivery. These guys have a lot of really important deliveries to make. They're under a lot of pressure, time constraints, you know, they need effective working bridges to do what they gotta do. And From Software just spits in their face? Like, are you kidding me? Would it have been so much to just put one functional bridge, just one, that doesn't have a problem with it? There's like one working bridge in this whole game that you literally have to turn the world upside down to use. Do you call that functional? Do you think that's accessible? Look, I'm no civil engineer, okay? I don't know what makes a good bridge, but I know that this is not it. Are you telling me that Senderi Bridge, built like 2,000 years ago, is still in use? The Ponte San Angelo from 2,000 years ago is still in use, but Elden Ring's bridges can't compete? Like, I'm sorry, it's messed up. It's just kind of messed up, bro. From Software has had a long history of neglecting public transit in their games. It started with the bridges in the Dark Souls series, and I'm devastated to say it's continued here. And I just can't, in good conscience, call Elden Ring a good game until they address this. Look, Elden Ring is gorgeous and beautiful. It looks amazing, it plays amazing. It's been so long since I've felt excited to get up and just devote myself to a game like this. I love the mystique, the allure, the sense of wonder it creates. I love the enemies and the bosses and the gear and the spells and the dungeons. Like, it's honestly as close to perfect as any game can possibly come for me, which is why it's just so freaking sad that From Software had to ruin it all at the final stretch. I'm tired of game developers putting infrastructure to the side. Yeah, I don't know. I'm super disappointed with this one. From Software, you're maidenless, plus ratio. This game is certified actual garbage. I rest my case. Hey everyone, thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I just dropped a new single. It's called Trainwreck. So stream Trainwreck by Alex Unknown anywhere you can stream music. Thank you. This is what it sounds like. All right, see ya. never